built up Afghan security forces and provided operational air cover. The Taliban continued to attack. Now, eventually, under President Trump, the U.S. promised to pull out if Taliban agreed to stop attacks and hosting terrorist groups. Today, the Taliban militants have declared Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan and overrun most of the country at lightning speed with little or no resistance from the 300,000 U.S. trained and heavily equipped Afghan forces. U.S. General could not believe an army could crumble at that rate.
I did not, nor did anyone else, see a collapse of an army that size in 11 days. There'll be many postmortems on this topic, but right now is not that time.
It is believed the Afghan soldiers, though diehards, had unquenchable allegiance to jihadist ideologies practiced by Taliban. There were Afghan soldiers by day, Taliban at heart, and Taliban at night. A situation, some suggest, currently exists in Nigeria too. So Afghanistan was simply handed over to the mullahs to govern, based on their shared jihadist ideological leaning. The south and middle belt of Nigeria should wake up with urgency. The Afghan situation is cooking fast in Nigeria today. Afghanistan is number 1 on global terrorist list. Nigeria is number 3. Second to...
I'm asking a very pertinent question. Is Nigeria working for you? Major General Muhammadu Buhari retired, knew the solutions to Boko Haram till he finally became president. He asked ex-President Jonathan to resign because of insecurity. He cried pathetically. He promised to end Boko Haram in 3 months. But now, he's telling us he's done his best to arm the military. Why isn't he resigning? Governor Fashola knew the solutions to provide a stable power supply till he became Minister of Power, and darkness pervaded the land. After trying hard and giving excuses like he only plays a supervisory role, the ministry was assigned someone else. Power grid still did collapse. The NSAS protests were tagged insurrection. In fact, someone said Aisha Yusufu ought to be in jail for instigating violence. Then farmers were beheaded in Borno. Same person asked Aisha Yusufu to lead a protest. Aren't these people supposed to forbid hypocrisy? Is Nigeria working for any Nigerian today? From leaders hoarding food for the poor, receiving kickbacks from government contracts, to farmers needing permission to go to their farms. Is Nigeria working for you? Why is Zamfara's gold for Zamfara and Niger Delta oil for Nigeria? Why is Isba destroying alcohol, but their state governments receive federal allocation from monies received via taxation, including tax on alcoholic beverages? Why are some federal roads abandoned to bandits and kidnappers? Who is in charge of Nigeria's security? The president is talking tough this time. Most times, he's as shocked by the rest of us by the absence of good governance under him. Regardless of his campaign promises and the manifesto of his political party, Nigeria has rolled back in terms of development. From Naira continually losing its value to a recently launched locomotive train breaking down in the middle of nowhere. Nigeria has to be working for some people though. The government can do no wrong. To this set of people, their money isn't being stolen, even if the money is being borrowed, leaving debts for their own children to pay in future. Even if the leaders don't use public institutions, from sending their children to Ivy League schools abroad to getting medical treatment abroad, some people who have nothing and we need to donate money for their medical bills if they have a serious ailment, continue to hail the obvious lack of good governance till Nigeria happens to them. Then they get a little peace. May Nigeria never happen to you. Say amen. We deserve better than the political class who go home with millions monthly to represent people who can't even afford to feed themselves. I am Olajumoke Alaude James. Nigeria is not working for me. Is Nigeria working for you?
Fellow Nigerian, in search of excellence for Africa, my mission remains to create awareness, advance practical solutions, and transform mindsets via case studies. Together, let's midwife deliverance for our race, country, and continent. Please share this video. I am Dr. Israel Noyaram Davidson. Thank you. In 2001, US-led forces overthrew a Taliban-led Afghan government following the 9/11 attacks led by the Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden. For the next 20 years, the US and allies enforced democratic ideals, built up Afghan security forces, and provided operational Ekpa. The Taliban continued to attack. Now, eventually, under President Trump, the U.S. promised to pull out if Taliban agreed to stop attacks and hosting terrorist groups. Today, the Taliban militants have declared Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan and overrun most of the country at lightning speed with little or no resistance from the 300,000 U.S. trained and heavily equipped Afghan forces. U.S. general could not believe an army could crumble at that rate.
I did not, nor did anyone else, see a collapse of an army that size in 11 days. There'll be many postmortems on this topic, but right now is not that time.
It is believed the Afghan soldiers, though diehards, had unquenchable allegiance to jihadist ideologies practiced by Taliban. There were Afghan soldiers by day, Taliban at heart, and Taliban at night. A situation some suggest currently exists in Nigeria too. So Afghanistan was simply handed over to the mullahs to govern based on their shared jihadist ideological leaning. The south and middle belt of Nigeria should wake up with urgency. The Afghan situation is cooking fast in Nigeria today. Afghanistan is number 1 on global terrorist list. Nigeria is number 3. Second.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to this space today. In our space program on Twitter, live and direct, this particular space discussion today is being aired live on Voice of Biafra, 97.5 FM in Biafra land. And we are going to be discussing very important topic today, which is the dangerous diversity in Nigeria. How well do you know Nigeria? How well do you know Nigeria history? Those of you who are still out of your ignorance, you are shouting one Nigeria and election in 2022. How well do you know this country? How well do you know this Nigeria? We are going to be taking this whole thing discussion from state by state. We go back to history and we are going to check how how things have changed from, let's say, from 1898. From 1898 till 2022. I want you to follow me this evening. This is going to be more of interactive discussion and, of course, educating the ignorant Nigerians who do not know the history of Nigeria. And when you don't know your history, you are out and ready for doom. So this particular space discussion is also live on all Enter Biafra platform, including on YouTube. Those people are watching on YouTube and listening on YouTube, through YouTube as well. For the very first time, we are making the Twitter space discussion to be aired on all platforms. So if you are in Biafra land, you are also listening to this particular space discussion through the radio FM, 97.5 FM. Our radio FM Voice of Biafra is in most states in the southeast, and we are also looking to launch most of these radio stations in the south and the entire southern Nigeria. A matter of weeks and months, you are going to be listening to this radio even in Yoruba land. I want to welcome you today, and our target remain one Nigerians. We want to be seeing and discussing with those who believe in one Nigeria, because these are the people that have missed their way. So we are trying to, before 2023, when Nigeria will disintegrate, we want you to know that the disintegration of Nigeria should not come as a surprise to you in 2023. As you are preparing for the election, for a failed state election, for a fraudulent election, for evil entity election, we the Biafra people have decided that the election will not take place in our land. So in order for you to be prepared to know why we are so eager to leave Nigeria, I have come this evening to this afternoon and this morning, depending on where you are listening from, to take up from Borno State, the place they call Borno, and we are going to be looking at the province, a place called Borno, which is the den of this Boko Haram today. Borno, and we are going to take Borno province as far back as 1902. So the 1902 report of Borno is what I'm going to read to you today. And of course, today is our fundraising for our Eastern Security Network. So it is very imperative that I come online to have this discussion, because I will not be having a normal exposition today. Otherwise, I would have enlightened our people how the Fulani create, the system they are using to destabilize and conquer us is always appointing somebody. When they appoint their own, they will go into agreement to make sure that this person they are appointing to be governor or to be something else will always protect their interest. They learned this particular system from the British. And this particular system of conquering the people, indigenous people in other parts of the world, especially in Africa, is what the British brought to them. So they learned this thing from the British, and they applied it during the conquest and the war of Borno province between the French, the Fulani, and the British. So these are the history that some of you, the one Nigerians, don't know. And it is not very healthy for us to sit back and watch ignorant people making decision and shouting election, when you don't actually know what you are shouting for. So it breaks our heart that the majority of Nigerians do not know their history. They don't know the history of how Nigeria become Nigeria. They don't know the history of Fulanis. They don't know what they have done in the past, whether the action and the attitude of Fulani have changed. So my point of discussion this afternoon is that Borno, the attitude and actions of Fulani conquest, how they have conquered the entire northern Nigeria, have not changed. In fact, they have even increased their volume. So this is why I have come here this afternoon to read some of the report from Lord Lugard in 1902. I want you to listen to this. Those of you watching from YouTube, you may have the opportunity to see the image. Those of you watching through YouTube, you may have the opportunity to see the image, because the image is there on YouTube. And of course, as we wait to bring speakers, I will just read this particular lines of word from Lord Lugard. Lord Lugard wrote what I'm about to read now in his report of 1902. I do not want to go into how they appointed emirs and mandated them to protect their interest and all that, and how Fulani have learned the same system and they're applying it today into conquered southern Nigeria. So those hungry for power people in southern Nigeria, they will go to the north and then kneel down to them, bow to them, and then they will say, okay, go, I'm going to make you a governor in the state. I'm going to make you a governor in Lagos state. I will make you a governor in Imo state. Go there and do this and do that. And they will agree and they will go and they do it. And because they control everything and they're going to do exact that. I think it is very important that I read that so that you people will understand where I'm coming from. So let me read from the beginning of French action in Borno, because with that you are going to understand, how this whole thing started. The French action in Borno, written by Lord Lugard in 1902. What I am reading is original document. We have a copy of the original document. The expedition reached Gujba on March 11th, and leaving a company there as a garrison, proceeded thence to Maiduguri. Colonel Mollard himself made a rapid trip to the ancient capital of Borno. I want you to understand that this Boko Haram today did not start today. So if Boko Haram can come out from Borno and Borno become the stronghold of Boko Haram, it started as far back as 18 something. But I want to read the history today from a first-hand colonial master called Lord Lugard. Now, that this Mollard himself made a rapid trip to the ancient capital of Borno at Kuka on Lake Chad. I want to tell you that this Lake Chad today has become a dead zone. There is oil in Lake Chad and nobody goes there. If you go there, you can never come back alive. You can never come back alive. Now, the situation as he found it was as follows. After the death of Rabbi Fad El Allah, Rabbi Fad El Allah was one of the terrorist Fulani leaders. After the death of this Rabbi Fad El Allah, his son had taken command of the remnant of the forces and had retired westward into British territory, persuaded by the French. I am telling you now the history of Borno. Borno, you see today that Boko Haram is doing everything they are doing. It did not start today because you don't know your history, and it is not going to stop if you continue to support one Nigeria. This Borno will expand up to Lagos State if you don't stop it in 2023. Now, this his son had taken command of the remnant of the forces and had retired westward into British territory, persuaded by the French. Some fighting has taken place before the French gave up the chase and returned to their headquarters at Dikwa. Fidel Allah now sent one of his generals to return to the neighborhood of Dikwa. Dikwa is in the north, in order, I believe, to dig up some buried ammunitions. The French officer, Captain Dangville, was away, and the general marched as far as Ngala and attacked the French post there, but was repulsed. Captain Dangville, returning, collected his forces and marched by force, marched up Fadel Allah's camp at Gujba. They marched to the camp at Gujba, taking that chief by surprise. He defeated him and annihilated his army. The Frenchman eliminated this man, annihilated his army, and Fadel Allah himself was killed. They killed this man called Fadel Allah. In addition to their own troop employed on his raid, the French raised levies. After the French killed this this man a man called Fadel Allah, the French now employed their own troop and they raised levies in British territory. A great number of prisoners were taken in the battle and much loot. In return for delivering the Sultan of Borno from his enemy, Fadel Allah, French defeated the Fadel Allah, which is the Fulani, and then the Sultan of Sokoto, the Sultan of Borno, they now decided to impose levy called indemnity of almost $50,000 as far back as 18 something. They levied Sultan of Borno $50,000. I want you to check how much is $50,000 then. Upon this chief, in addition to the balance of $21,000, which Sanda had failed to pay, and detained him at Dikwa till it should be paid. Prior to this day, had placed on the throne of Kuka, the second son of the late Sheikh Sanda. The second son of the late Sheikh Sanda conditioned that he should pay them $30,000 and they deported to Kenan, east of Chad. The elder and legitimate heir on account of his refusal to pay. Sanda had paid $9,000 only. The total indemnity claim was $80,000, of which $73,500 had been paid up, and the Sheikh Shafu Garba was now in Dikwa, awaiting the arrival of his messenger, who were ransacking the impoverished and the destitute country to obtain the balance of $6,500 required. I want you to understand that even as far back as then, Borno was referred to as a country. Borno was referred to as a country. Colonel Mollard sent messages to Shefu Garbai telling him that he would recognize him as Sultan of British Borno if he came to reside in the country, and at the same time, he put a stop to the collection of any further payment to the French. You see what the British did here. After the French had killed the Fadel Allah person and they begin to collect levy for themselves, what did the British do? The British did not fight anybody. Then they now called upon a man called Shafu, promised to make him the Sultan of Borno, of British Borno, if he could come to that place and stop the French from collecting levy. So the British used their own person to fight against the French for their own interests. Exactly the same thing Fulani is doing today in the southern Nigeria. So they told this man, if you agree, you are going to come down, we will make you the Sultan of British Borno. If you came, you reside in this country, and at the same time, you should put a stop to the collection of any further payment to the French. So the reason why the British offered this man the throne of Sultan is not to better the condition of his people. It's not to make the people have life. No. The reason is to stop the money from going to French. And they, of course, channel to them. So, have that thing change in Nigeria today? That is exactly what is happening in Nigeria today. So, all of you shouting for election, how are you going to change this system? You can never change it, so long as you remain in this enslavement called Nigeria. Now, Garbai accepted. Of course, he accepted. He want to be called Sultan. He want to control everything. He want to collect levy and give it to British and keep some for himself. So what did he do? He accepted. The same way Go Uzodinma accepted to be the governor of Imo State to kill our people, and they recognized AMS in Imo State against the wish of every Biafran and in the Igbo. The same thing This Garbai accepted our offers with alacrity, returned with a large following, and took up his residence at Mongono. This Mongono, you see, this Mongono that Boko Haram attacked with impunity. All of you saw the video of Mongono. This Mongono now, this man returned to Mongono. And that Mongono today have not changed after over 120 or 50 years. Attack is still happening at Mongono. Boko Haram attacked Mongono. It became a historic attack. And let me tell you, the former or the present National Security Advisor of Nigeria is from this Mongono. His hometown was attacked by Boko Haram with a heavy armored tanking and all that. They razed Mongono to the ground. This happened recently. Now, this man came and resided in at Mongono on Chad, pending the rebuilding of Kuka. The French, who were waiting at Dikwa for the balance of their import, nominated the third brother, Sanda, as Sultan of the very small part of Borno, which lies to the east of the British boundary. I am telling you the history that you don't know. This whole history have not changed. Rather, it is deteriorating. Now, the advent of a large German expedition, however, at this moment, counseled the French to evacuate Dikwa and German territory and they retire beyond the Shari. That was how they conquered French. They used their own people to kill their own and conquered French. British did nothing. They were only ready to give bribe. I bribe you, I give you the lion's share, you do job for me. The situation created by the French action was one which naturally gave rise to the constant friction. The followers of each of the rival sultan attempting to raise tribute and interfering with the towns of the other, and especially, as might be expected on the part of Sanda, whose residence was on the frontier line, and who had put little territory to the east. This again caused mutual protest between the representative of the two European powers, and much valuable time was spent in attempting to lay down a temporary frontier. In consequence of this state of things, I advised His Majesty government of the necessity of proceeding with the demilitation of the frontier without delay. To this proposal, the Secretary of State assented and a joint commission was appointed. Now, I want to now take you to the province of Borno before we come and start asking our listeners to talk. And tell us, how well do you know this Nigeria you are supporting? Colonel Mollard reported that the people were everywhere. I'm telling you now the history of Borno. This Borno you see today that have been ravaged by Boko Haram. It started as far back as 18-something. And I'm reading a report of 1902. Colonel Mollard reported that the people were everywhere glad of our arrival at Borno province, and the country is practically peaceful. I want you to underline that word. The country is practically peaceful and well disposed. They were addressing Borno province as a country then. You can imagine, as Borno was a country. After establishing a second company of the Northern Nigeria Regiment as garrison at Maiduguri, he left that place on April 8 and hastened back to headquarters, and Captain Cochran, as a senior officer, was left in political charge till the arrival of Mr. W.P. Hesby, CMG, whom I had placed in charge of the Borno, I cannot speak too highly of the ability with which this most difficult task was conducted by Colonel Mollard and his officers. An enormous area, some 60,000 square miles, was brought under administrative control with little bloodshed. With little bloodshed, the difficulties encountered were unusually great, owing to the lack of water and of supplies. And the whole expedition, including Major Cobbett, later operation, was concluded. Country was traversed and mapped into the period. The country shows sign at every step of the anarchy. I want you to understand every step of anarchy and the war of which for so many years it has been the same. The population is depleted. I want you to listen to the history of Borno province. The population is depleted. Towns, once large and prosperous, are now only charred ruins. While brigade or brigandage and pillage are everywhere rife. Strenuous effort has been made with a large measures of success during the last 6 months to introduce law and order and to give the country a chance to recuperate. But time will be needed, even partially, to restore its former prosperity. The population consists of 1. I want you to listen to the population of the Borno province as far back as 18-something. The population of the Borno province, 1. The indigenous inhabitant called the Beriberi or Kanuri. The Beriberi or Kanuri. 2. The so-called Arabs. As far back as 1902, there are Arabs in Borno. And 3, the Fulani. Fulani are the number 3. The 2 later being pastoral people owning herds of cattle. What it means is that the Arabs and the Fulanis are pastoral in Borno. That is where Boko Haram come from. That is where terrorism in Nigeria started. Have it changed? The answer is no. Do you think you are going to change this thing that has lasted over 150 years in 2023? The answer is no. You need to study the history and how we have gotten to this point today. And you know and agree with me if you are sensible. That the only solution is the disintegration of Nigeria. The more you delay Nigeria, the more you bring calamity to your future and to yourself and to your children and to your family and to your business. Survey have been made up to the extreme northern frontier from Chad to Machena near the French boundary on the north. I am informed that Monguno, the temporary residence of the Sultan, which a year ago was a small village, has already a population of 25,000 people. It will be moved to the old capital at Kuka, now being rebuilt in October next year. I have elsewhere reported on the great quantities of neglected produce which are to be found in Borno. Of course, this was in paragraph 106. Mr. Hesbo reports that though the heat is great at time in Borno and there is little shade and the sandstorms are violent and frequent, frost is experienced on the shores of the Lake Chad. Generally speaking, there is a great depth of water in Borno, the wells in central Borno being as much as 250 feet deep, and it is generally impregnated with salt. This is the history of Borno. Borno have recorded violent killing by the Fulani, power tussle, and all that. It has not stopped today. Today, you see the Boko Haram coming out from Borno that we are talking about. So if you know this history, for those who accepted one Nigeria before we even came to this world, if you know that the history of Borno and the history of Fulani is always to expand and take, and they have not stopped until even during the 1960s. The sign of conquest of the entire Nigeria was very visible in 1960. Yet, they go ahead to have independence. Yet, they go ahead to continue with one Nigeria. It didn't end there. We fought war. At the end of the day, when Ojukwu saw this thing and we fought war, all the people that are shouting today that Fulani are killing today, join hand to kill Biafrans. You join hand to impose a blockade on Biafra, and our children died in millions. Today, you are shouting and crying. You are being killed. Fulani in Benue State are chasing you out of your ancestral land. The government cannot protect you, but they will offer a vehicle, not even a better vehicle, they will offer Dangote truck. Dangote truck will come and park, and all of you will be jumping inside there, running to the IDP camp. Yet, the government knows where the Fulanis are. They can't kill them. They give you IDP camp. And today, you want us to fold our arms so that we will watch Dangote truck to come and park at Onitsha Hair Bridge, and people will be jumping in and running away from Onitsha. You want us to fold our arms and see Dangote truck parking at Owerri, at Olu in Imo State, and our people will be jumping into to run away from Fulani. You want the same thing to happen in Ebonyi State. You want the same thing to happen in Akwa Ibom. You want the same thing to happen in Rivers State and all Biafra territory. We, the new generation that have known this history, will say, no, we can't allow you to do that. We will stop you before you even start it. So in 2023, it is going to be teeth to tooth. It is going to be shoulder to shoulder. It is going to be bomber to bomber. It is going to be no election in Biafra land. We cannot continue to validate this impunity when we know the truth. We have come to know the truth. If we are ignorant, it will be a different thing. But now, we are not ignorant of Nigeria. We are not ignorant of Fulani. We are not ignorant of history. Those of you who are ignorant are the people we are trying to even tell, and it doesn't matter whether you accept it or not. The majority of Biafra has come to accept this particular history and the truth. And today, we are moving with speed. So, haven't heard about the history of Borno State, how the Borno that you see today, where the Boko Haram come from, has fought for over 150 years. Today, you have that Borno in the map of the world as where the Boko Haram come from. Do you still believe that you are going to continue to support one Nigeria and have election in 2023? And we want to know the mechanism that the people that are shouting for election is going to put to end this dangerous diversity. What is it that you want to do differently? So we are going to be bringing people. Please, if you want to speak, you can raise your hand. You raise your hand up and let us give you. We are preferably looking for one Nigerianist, preferably one Nigerianist. If you are one Nigeria, you raise up your hand and let us ask you a question. How well do you know this Nigeria you are supporting? How well do you know Nigeria? Raise your hands up and let us hear you. We want to hear your argument. We want to hear your opinion. One Nigerians, raise your hand if you want to speak, and we're going to give you a speaker or give you a mic. Please mute yourself. Mute yourself. This guy called Mazi Chidozie, I have to remove you because this is the second time I am bringing you and you are not muting yourself. So if you want to speak, you raise your hand and we are going to bring you. If you don't want to raise your hand, it's different. If you don't know how to raise your hand. All right, Dahosa, you can mute yourself.
Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Welcome.
Good afternoon. But I'm not the one Nigeria listener. I just want to make a statement on concerning something important that just happened in Nigeria yesterday.
Okay.
Do you know that the Supreme Court now has made a jurisprudence concerning religious, what we call religious Ekpa in Nigeria yesterday.
Religious what? Religious what?
Religious, this religious, Muslim dress, what they call hijab. I don't know.
Hijab.
What? Yes. That is a very dangerous precedent.
What did they do? What did they do, please? Because I didn't follow up.
The Supreme Court. In France, where I reside, France is a secular state. Because this is not about religion. It is not about what people don't understand. It is not about religion. It is about a very dangerous extremist agenda. You understand? So this is how they come. In France, where I stay, these people have been trying to alter the mode of dressing of students in school. But the French society, being that they were majority Christians, being that they are already not Christians, being that they have been resisting these people. If you go to London now, they have almost conquered London. This is how they started in Afghanistan. This is how they started in these places in Sudan. Anywhere these religious ideas pass, at the end of the day, that place becomes a desert. That place becomes depopulated. That place becomes hungry, and there are famine in that land. People should understand what the Supreme Court did yesterday. When you say a country is like a secular state, it's a secular state. When you say a country is a secular state, there should not be any such religious in schools. If you want to go to schools that are religious, like Catholic schools, like Muslim schools, you are free to do that. But Supreme Court cannot make that decision and say now you cannot be wearing this dressing to public schools. This is a dangerous precedent that we need to pay attention to. When the Supreme Court said that, it becomes a jurisprudence. And when it becomes a jurisprudence, tomorrow they will start agitating for another thing. From there they will start. I want to tell my brothers the Southwest. I'm from Edo State. The Southwest and Edo, we can say we are one. What they did, Supreme Court did in Lagos, and that judgment will be applicable to every part of Nigeria, because that judgment, people will now make reference to that judgment. It's a very dangerous precedent. How will you overturn that judgment now? Even if Peter Obi becomes president, can he not go to the Supreme Court and oppose that judgment? No. How will you be in France? How can you in France, for example, children from ages from 0 to 18, you cannot see them with those dress going to school, public schools, because public schools are free. It's paid by the government. Yeah. Now, how are you going to? Are you not a Muslim country? Because there are many things that have been done in Nigeria every day that we just do. We say, no. I saw some comments of my Yoruba brothers. Some say, it is done. It does not matter. It matters a lot. It matters a lot. It is how they start. They always start. It is automatically. They always start with that problem of dressing, religious dressing. They want their religious issue and all that. That is just one thing I want to make notice here today. That Supreme Court Justice Samuel Ekpa, please, you should look into it. It is a jurisprudence. It is from Supreme Court, which is very dangerous, very, very dangerous for the society of Nigeria if Nigeria wants to become one to rule. That is one thing I want to say. And that thing I want to say is that, do you see your constitution, the Nigerian constitution? When Ahmadu Bello said, I think it was in 1960 something, the man said, Nigeria should watch the estate of their grandfather, which have been teaching us in the past weeks. And there was a statement there. That statement that he made there is more powerful than the Nigerian constitution. People don't understand it. That is the root cause of our problem. That statement said, never allow them
And my brother, thank you. I am just looking it up, and the more striking thing here is that it was like specifically said, Supreme Court upholds student right to wear hijab to Lagos schools. Lagos schools. I have been making exposition on their target at Lagos. I have told you people that Fulani are now making the emir of Lagos is making settling land dispute in Lagos. I've made those expositions. But when you are talking all these things, I have also told you people, because of what is happening now, we have revisited our past exposition and the past comment and the leaked audios and all that. It is beginning to make sense. But when you are telling this, some ignorant people don't want to know. And like you rightfully said, what we have decided is that our people back home, we have taken away their right of guidance to make decisions.
That must be done. So let me stop here for now and give other people.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. We are now. If you want to speak, please, you raise your hand, and let us bring you. Please raise your hand up, and let's bring you. This information now from Idahosa is very, very important, and you all have heard him. And now I'm going to make exposition on that particular judgment by the Supreme Court, and then of course it will correspond with all our previous exposition we have done in the past, especially focusing on Lagos. So great. Can you unmute yourself, and you can have the mic.
Okay, Mr. Simon, I thank you very much for the good work you are doing.
You're welcome.
May the truth of Victoria will continue to bless you.
Say.
Simon Ikenna, I am speaking from Biafra land, Anambra State, Nnewi precisely.
There we go.
So I am here to thank you once again, because it's only God that is using you to help us. It's not ordinary human being. So what I'm saying today, I want to assure all the world that we Biafran youth have decided to take Biafra. And we are not going back. The only thing we want is Biafra. And any other thing apart from Biafra, we don't want. We have said no erection in Biafra. And all the world, I know that Britain are evil people. Britain are very wicked people. Every people know their history, but nobody wants to speak up. All of them decide to keep us silent. Their military are clean us, sponsored by British, we know that. But this second time, this Biafran youth that flies up, we are not going back again. Biafra must come. And I want to assure them that our politicians, they are using, our governors, they are using to replace us. We are no more listening to them. I want to let them know that those people they think they can use to manipulate us, we are no more listening to them again. We want to take the freedom by ourselves. We know that they cannot help us. We all know that. Because all of them are afraid of Fulani people. But we Biafran youth, we are not afraid of Fulani people. If they need war, we are going to give them war. The only thing we need is for you guys to support us. We that is here in Biafra. If you guys support us and give us what it takes, we are going to bring the Fulani down. They are nothing. We want to assure them that they are nothing. Any extent they are going, they cannot defeat Biafra in this second time, and they must release our leader. It's very important. I want to make it known to them that our leader must be released. We don't need anything election. The only thing we are demanding, let us know where to belong to. We don't want Nigeria again. Nigeria is mess. Everybody know that. But our governors have decided to betray us to the extent of they don't have conscience anymore. They will command to kill their brothers. They'll be seeing their brother killed. They say nothing. So please, Fulani people. No problem. Time shall tell.
Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. So that I will not be wasting time, but I just want to use this opportunity to thank everybody that is listening to this space. And everybody should put hand on deck to make sure Biafra come. If you know what you can do, please help us and do to get us Biafra. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. All right. The next person, Desmond. Desmond, can you unmute yourself?
Hello. Good evening. Good morning, everybody from this side.
Good morning from here.
Now this time on, I'm so happy. Well, I'm a very strong followers of you and IBOP. So, of course, I'm not a supporter of election in Biafra land. And the reason why I even wanted to talk is because I was listening to this interview today by Arise News to this man, our Ejife, I think. Yes. So the man, because I remember there was an interview he made before, and he was saying that if they don't give us their president, then if they don't give Igbo man president, that they will not have a choice than to support Biafra. But now he's still complaining that yes, the APC and the PDP have disappointed them, and he's still hoping that P2B, being the Labour Party, will still have the chance to become the president.
My brother, these are people who don't know. Who don't know. Ezife is an elder man that I respect, but the respect have limit. Okay, I respect him as an elder, as somebody who is upright in what he was doing, but I don't accord any respect when it comes to knowledge about Nigeria. He has lost it all. So we know where the respect get to. So the issue of they have already failed. All the attempt of these elders have failed, and they continue to fail. So when we are telling them that where you are going, there is no road there. They thought they have road. So when they will go, the thing will close. They will jump to the other side. The thing will close. They will jump to another. We have been telling them that this thing you are doing, there is no road there. They will never believe us. So when you look at that, you find out that somebody who failed the first time, you failed the second time, and you are telling him the outcome even before he embarked on that journey. And then so you see that we have more superior knowledge about Nigeria than them. So we don't look at them when it comes to Nigeria. We respect them as elders, but not when it comes to our future. They don't. Ezife cannot live more than cannot live up to 40 years now. So they cannot decide our future for us. People that their life is already ending cannot decide our future for us. We want people that have still opportunity to live to come and decide our future, not people that have used everything they have in life. So, my brother, I respect Ezife, but not on the issue of Nigeria. Thank you.
They even asked him what should be expected from P2B. He was saying that there will be no more Amajiri on the road. Imagine.
There will be no more what?
Amajiri on the road.
Amajiri on the road.
Imagine. Just even left from what Goodluck did. Goodluck was building Amajiri school. How far now? So,
oh my God! So why he's supporting Obi is so that there will be no Amajiri on the road?
That was not one of the benefits. He said that we have not their trend. But P2B will change bring liberation to the whole land.
Chai! You can imagine the level of reasoning. But anyway, they have how many can answer Aboki? You see this our group now. You see this new generation of Biafra agitator now. Hey, how the fun get all Biati? They will see.
What I want to tell our people is this. Our people, I know some of them are scared. They are scared. So people are saying, I want to I don't even think that it's possible to get freedom without violence being implied. I don't even think it's possible because, like they said, freedom, nobody will give it to you. You have to take it. And if you are taking that maybe UK will react or America will react, those people don't even care. They just want you to help yourself. They don't want to. They have their own issues. I remember the time Mugabe was the president. Everybody was Mugabe is the dictator. Even all the media, they were condemning him as if they have interest of Zimbabwe people. But now that they have, I don't know, this team of nothing, the new president now, since then to now, I don't even know his name. Nobody's talking about him. All the media, they don't even talk about him. But now, Zimbabwe is worse than it used to be during the time of Mugabe. Now, Zimbabwe, the poverty rate in Zimbabwe now is so high. But now, those so-called media at the UK that are condemning Mugabe, that are none of them is condemning this one. Because why? They don't even whenever they are complaining, it's because it's that the person is not, their leadership is not favoring them. If the person's leadership is not favoring to whom they have a problem, not because of, okay, what about things like Gaddafi? Since the kid Gaddafi now, Libya has become worse than it used to be. But as long as the so-called president is maybe remitting all the resources to them, they don't have a problem with that person, which is why if we are waiting for UK to come and fight for us from Fulani, because Fulani now, they don't mind giving everything to UK because it's not their own. Whatever resources they need in Nigeria is not theirs. So they don't mind sharing everything, even if it's 90% to UK or anybody, just to have peace and have their support. They don't mind doing that. So we shouldn't even hope for UK to come and help us. This is our own battle to fight. This is our battle to fight. And UK, another country, we have to save our land for ourselves. I was talking to one guy from Somalia. The guy is saying that the oil in Somalia is a lot, but they decide to leave it like that because while UK people or whoever people, they want to be taking more than 70%. They say instead of them to share it that way, they rather leave it, they let nobody touch it. So that's the thing. So we should not just think that these people care about us or the media. They don't care. They don't care about us.
All right, thank you very much.
People are saying, you people say you are putting it at home, people are suffering, even the salute, all of them as if they have interest of the people. But the type of COVID-19 that they separate, the food, they accept it, and the food, even some of them spoiled. They rather let it spoil than to share to those people that are claiming they have their interest at heart. Now, why did if there's 3 lot of people, people are hungry, people like this, why don't people say that they live in some Southeast leaders are supporting people like Tinubu and Atiku because they are poor, they are hungry, and that's the problem. So these people, they make sure they keep you in that hungry state, so that whenever they bring bread for you, you will do whatever they want you to do. They can control it because they have to make you puff. How easy is it for an Igbo person to get a job in Nigeria after graduation? Very hard. But be you outside, even if you don't have good certificate, you don't even need to learn, and you just finish, you get a job. And yet, we want to be comfortable with that.
Thank you very much. We need to give other people opportunity to talk because I don't have much time. Today is our fundraising, and I don't normally come online by this time. So thank you very much for your opinion. All right, Ebuka, you can mute yourself. Please, you can unmute yourself. Please, those who want to speak can raise their hand.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yeah, actually, Mr. Simon, I wanted to bring a suggestion based on the fundraising. I don't know if I'm free to talk about it here.
What is the suggestion?
Yeah, most of us or most people cannot be able to pay, do fundraising because of the means. Yeah, I was suggesting if they can include cryptocurrency because it can be easy. Even people in Biafra land that want to pay can use cryptocurrency to make the payment without even anybody tracing us because cannot do bank
I think we are working on that, but you can still come to the fundraising and raise the issue.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
We are working on that. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. All right.
All right. Mouthpiece, you have the mic.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are. I want to thank you, Simon, for this space again. Everyone knows that I'm a proud Igbo Amazon. I'm not a registered IPO, but a proud Biafra, and I support 1,000,000% what you do and what Martin Nnamdi Kanu represent for every Biafran. So that said, it's quite unfortunate, to kind of change the mindset of our people in their belief about something. I don't know how they're going to change how we reason. It's quite unfortunate, and it hurts me, to really see what is going on. Our people, there's no road to Nigeria, yet they want continue. They call obedient or whatever they're calling this election come 2023. They're supporting Peter Obi. You're supporting Peter Obi when you know, even in the north, you're not going to get any vote. So how do you think he's going to be the president of Nigeria or whatever you call it? Even the so-called celebrities. I just saw this. I respect him. What's his name again? I've forgotten his name, but he's he's an actor, a retired actor, or let me say a renowned actor. Chief Edochie, talking about supporting P2B. I don't get it. When you know quite well, even he is a learned man and knows what is going on. What is this slavery our people are looking for? I don't understand it. You know quite well. Okay, from now at this moment, they are stopping you from getting PDP. And how then do you expect that you're going to get there? I don't know how we're going to change our people to reason like human beings. Is slavery so embedded in us that we don't reason anymore with our brains? We reason with our honor. I don't know how we're going to do it. Just someone help me, because I'm always on Twitter trying to, help, make people understand that this where our people are going, and all these political elites are confusing our people, our impoverished people, our poor people. We can't even eat 2 square meals anymore. Yes, these are political elites are still confusing our people and going on and on about politics in this contraction called Nigeria. It behoves me. I don't know what else. I'm just praying that God, in His infinite mercy, is going to help bring that we get this referendum to decide whether we want to die or be enslaved. Because what is coming, what I'm seeing, Nigeria is going to be taken over. Everyone's going to be a Muslim, whether you like it or not. If we don't grab this opportunity now to get referendum and exit from Nigeria, we are doomed. Our ancestry will be doomed. Look at some people when they want to become come into power. They want to be voted. They now remember they are Igbo. But when it's not an election, they say they are not Igbo. Look at where in the map is South for crying out loud. I don't know what is going on, but if someone is making you to bury your ancestry, that is the worst thing anyone can do to you. That you, even in America, even in other Western world, people are tracing their ancestry back to Africa, and you are trying to just cover your own ancestry. Anyway, let me yield the mic. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, Simon.
Thank you very much.
And bless everyone.
Thank you very much. And then, of course, we're our co-host CEO. You can take over from here and coordinate who comes in and who speaks. Thank you. Target one Nigerianist.
Hopefully, we will have them. We'll have them because most of them are. It seems like we are talking to ourselves. Good morning, Simon.
Good morning from here. Yes, that's what I mean. I want to see one Nigerianist. Let them come and talk.
Yeah, because it seems like we're. This is G or Gogo is already on the line. Gogo, can I meet yourself? Or Gaga?
Okay.
Yes.
Good morning.
Please, can you raise your volume a little bit, please?
What I want to talk about is this stuff.
Gaga, can you raise your volume? We barely can hear you. No, I don't know whether other people. If other people are hearing you, I'm okay. But at least
no, his line is fluctuating.
Okay.
Go ahead. Let's see. Oh, he's unmuted himself.
Are you hearing me now?
Go ahead, sir.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, go ahead.
The confusion in our land is that some people actually don't know the movement, like what is happening, the way the things are going, the way the fight for Biafra is going. Most of the youth, like I'm a youth now, most of the youth don't know the direction or what is going to happen or how it's going to happen. So some people felt like this is voting. That's what they have. Other than like they are always hearing about they are going to fight, they are going to do this, but we don't actually know what and what they are going to do. That's just it's a kind of question. What are we going to do? Should we just sit down and be listening or doing nothing? I want to understand what we are going to do so that we know what and what we have to do next, other than listening what is being said all the time. That's just a question.
I could not hear him very well. So can you did you hear what he asked? He said that if youth have to stay out and watch and listen, so these youth don't know, they don't have direction. I don't understand. Is that the question? Because I really did not hear him.
Can you repeat your question?
Okay, I'm talking about like the direction of the agitation. We don't know about the future. We don't know anything about it. So we don't know what to do. That's just what I'm saying.
You don't need to listen. You don't need to know what is going on if you are not part of our volunteer team. If you are part of the volunteer, you should not be asking the question. So for you to, if you are supporting Biafra, you know that people are working towards getting Biafra for you. So all you need to do is to follow what we say. If we say sit at home, you sit at home. If we say don't come out, don't come out. But those who are in volunteer team, those who are protecting our land, they know what to do when things are when we ask them to do something. They know exactly what to do, how to chase the terrorists away and all that. So you don't have to do any other thing. And the best thing you can do as a Biafran is to listen to us that are abroad, because we believe that someone like like the question you just asked now. I believe you should be in Nigeria. Are you in Nigeria, right?
Yes.
You see? So if you are not in Nigeria, you will not be asking that kind of question. So we understand, and we are not blaming you. We are not blaming you. It is the reason why we are fighting that we leave Nigeria. So if for you to, anybody that is Nigeria can ask any question. We understand that things are not normal, because if you are in a climb, if you are in a country where things are normal, you will not be asking this question you ask now. So, but what I have to tell you now is that you do not need to wait until somebody tell you this is what the way to get Biafra, this is what we are going to do. Because if we tell you that, the enemy is going to work against it. So we will know what we are doing. So the only thing you have to be doing as somebody on ground is to listen to when we give directive, especially that directive that has to be public. You follow it and just do it. So when we say do not, election is not going to take place, that day, sit at home and eat food and leave the rest. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Simon. Mazi Emeka, can you mute yourself? After you, then you go to Kene Chuku. Then Casey Kano, you're next. Mazi Emeka, unmute yourself.
Thank you very much. This is Mazi Emeka Obioha. I want to salute our spokesman, Mazi Simon Ekpa, for the wonderful job he's doing, and I want to also salute our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has been leading this our struggle, and he's been kidnapped and incarcerated for doing nothing wrong, I must say, for doing nothing wrong, only calling for the freedom of his people. And that freedom is where we still stand today. And I'm very happy that Simon Ekpa is following through on the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You see, when we talk about dangerous diversity, I am one of the people who believe that everybody understands that we are in a dangerous diversity. But fear are not letting people to act. Fear, for example, the people in the Christians in the north, if you ask them, they know that we are in dangerous diversity. But when you ask them, they say their fear is how can they allow Biafra to go and they will be the one suffering alone. But what they do not understand is their suffering is because there is no independent country that have the same interest as they do. For example, if they are killed today, Chad is not coming to ask just because they are Christians in the north. Chad cannot come and ask, why did you kill these people as independent nation? Niger is not coming to ask as independent nation. Biafrans who are supposed to ask are also being killed because we are trapped in Nigeria. But imagine when Biafra is free, as a sovereign nation, if anything happens to Christians in the north of northern Nigeria, Biafra as a sovereign nation can hold the ambassador or the government of the northern government of northern Nigeria accountable. But those things are not happening today. That is why everybody are killed simultaneously. When you talk about election today, it is quite unfortunate that Igbo land, a land of the wise and the home of the brave, have almost lost all the qualities upon which they are known for. Igbo people today are approaching election, democracy, as if it is a military rule. If you see the way they are talking about P2B, a man who doesn't have one senator, a man who doesn't have one house of representatives in his party, a man who doesn't have anything structured in politics, the way they are projecting him to go and be the person who will bring restructure, to go and be the person who will bring Igbo presidency, to go and be the person who will change the Sharia law in the north. To go and, I'm asking these people, do you even understand that before you even remove the Sharia law in the north, you must go through National Assembly, House of Assembly. All these assemblies, we call it them as you want, all these assemblies, you must pass through them before you can turn anything in Nigeria. Ordinary Southeast Development Bill. Ordinary Southeast Development Bill. They have been fighting for it, God knows when. They have not been able to achieve it because they don't have the numbers to affect that change. Still, we think that one man who must work with the lower house and upper house is the man who is going to change our predicament in Nigeria. If these people can change this year effort they are using to call P2B and use it as channel for a military takeover or for an Igbo man to take over the military, I can have some ideas of where they are going because it's only a military who can command and control, destroy state lines, change, throw away the Nigerian constitution, and do undo. It is only military by command and control, but not in this democracy, in this voting and voting and voting. Even if P2B will win, he is going there as already incapacitated person. And one bad thing P2B have now brought in now, he has legalized and legitimized the North to operate North ticket because he himself have made Christian tickets, which means P2B a Christian as president, the vice president a Christian. Now the debate of this North or Muslim ticket, P2B have killed it. In the next years to come, when they will go into this full Sharia law, whereby they will have the northern person as president, northern person as vice president, they will now have P2B as a reference point. Okay? P2B's move as a president, going for this president, is going to bring war into Igbo land. Because by the time P2B fail, as it's going to fail, what our agitation will now look to in the mind of some people, or the British people, we like to say to the world, Nigerian media will like to say to the world, is that we are angry because our own person lost Nigeria election. That is the narrative the Nigerian media and the British BBC are now prepared to sell after using P2B. When they had during the war that that the United States is about to recognize Biafra as a sovereign nation, Britain had the intel. What did they do? They used the Zik, Nnamdi Azikiwe, to stop it. Now, Britain again have heard that the whole world is paying attention to Biafra agitation. What are they doing now? They are using Obi to stop it. When will we...
Try to round up, please.
Thank you. I just want to make this final point. A nation in Nigeria voting for P2B is going to do us harm, not good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Before Simon, if there's a response from you, let's be clarity here. P2B's guy is just a placeholder. He's not necessarily his vice, so let's get the facts correct. According to the INEC law, so he supposed to have a deadline, I think, on Friday. So basically, that guy is just there for a placeholder when they're busy negotiating. But that is not our problem now. Kenechukwu, are you ready to speak?
Yeah, can you hear me? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. My name is Kenechukwu. I thank the guy that finished talking now. He made the point clear. But where I'm going to is that the main purpose, the main problem we have as an Igbo people is that we have already forget our God and follow another man God. And this is the main problem. If you look around where all these things are happening, where they are preaching all this one Nigeria, it's inside church, not any other place. Look, all the whole people will understand our culture and follow it. They never believe in one Nigeria. They never. I thank Simon Ekpa. I'm really grateful for him. I'm very, very happy that him take it alone, you know. Only him and then Nnamdi Kanu. Without him, I don't think this movement will be active now. But for one thing I want, only my own problem is that this church side, they are the people who is misbehaving, calling one Nigeria, because that is the place they are preaching this. Look at the Father Mbaka, starting from him. Any problem starting Igbo are getting today is coming from Father Mbaka. He said today people follow him because man of God. Who is man of Satan? People never understand who we are. And this is why Igbo land, especially, this is where I focus for. Igbo land especially, you must leave church. And if we are preaching for Biafra, we have to preach it to church before everything will come to. Without that, we are not going anywhere. This is where I left my case.
Thank you very much.
Yes, anyway, I don't know, you know, sometime. I don't know where this person, the last speaker, is coming from, but you are condemning church. At the same time, you condemn the person who have been shouting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release as the problem of the church. You mentioned church and Mbaka. How Mbaka is the problem? Mbaka has been the only one that is shouting the marginalization and injustice being meted to Biafra agitators. So I don't think that your assertion is right. There are bishops that have never spoken a word. There are bishops that are fighting him for speaking up for Biafra people and for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There are bishops that have not spoken even one word. There are those who have paid ransom in hundreds of millions. So then you pick up in Mbaka. I don't understand. You made a point by saying that the church, you know, are not are to be blamed. Somehow they are preaching one Nigeria. That is true. But to pick up on Mbaka and then use it as to conclude that the reason why you say church, I don't think that is correct, because Mbaka should be at least applauded for having done, you know, some small thing and recognizing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shouldn't be in DSS dungeon, you know, and he has always preached that he should be released and prayed that he should be released. So I think for that alone shows that Mbaka should not be put in that category of your problem church people. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Brother Simon. Before I bring in Casey Kano, Executioner, do you want to speak?
Yes, I want to speak.
Go ahead.
I believe. I think. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but a little bit louder, please.
Okay. First of all, I want to thank Mazi Simon Ekpa and the co-host of this space for giving me this opportunity to come on space and come on here and talk. I would like to highlight a few things. Well, I'm standing in for One Nigeria as the context of this space stated. So, I would like to highlight a few things. The first of all, the no election order in the southeast. I want to ask how if election holds in other regions of the country, they will still declare their winner. You understand? Say there's no election. What we should pray for in this country is God should give us a leader that is going to lift us out of this evil we found ourselves. You understand? Two, the sit-at-home order in the southeast. I'm sorry, I understand the agitations of my Biafran brothers. I am a Yoruba by tribe, but I'm not against Biafrans agitating to be a sovereign state. But the sit-at-home in the southeast, you understand? If we look at it, the degree of the impact falls solely on the so-called Biafrans. You understand? They are the one feeling the effect of this sit-at-home mostly. Because take a look at it. Monday, Tuesday, I think whether Thursday or Wednesday, like 3 or 4 days in a week, have been declared sit-at-home. And if there is economic shutdown in the full southeast for that number of days, then tell me, do you know how much many traders, many businessmen are losing for that period of sit-at-home? And look at it, people that are being killed, people that are being suffered, people that are being molested due to this sit-at-home order. Are these so-called Biafrans that we claim or you claim to be fighting on behalf? You understand? So this has little or no effect at all on the presidency. You understand? What I'm saying is we should please just review our approach to the agitation. You understand? There has been enough bloodshed in this country.
All right.
Left for me alone, as a soldier, I would have been very happy if we can have a taste of military rule again in this country. Because I think we need serious military deal. The problem of this country is not kinetic. Let me just put it that way. We don't need kinetic approach to all this insecurity, all these differences we are having. We are facing a socio-political problem. And until we give it a socio-political approach, we will continue to have the same result.
Okay.
You understand?
Now, all right.
There has been agenda on Islamization of Nigeria. I don't pray that happens. But what do you say of a country that has a subsequent law, or let me just the Sharia law being placed above the federal constitution, which is very, very wrong. I have so much respect for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He's a leader that I admire so much, and I love his courage. But
can I come in because you have made a lot of points.
And sit-at-homes and
Can I come in? You have made a lot of points. You see, let me address you. Don't go away, please. You see,
right,
I have just listened to someone who is just very, very confused. Do you know why I say you are confused? You're laughing. Do you know why I say you are confused?
I'm listening.
No, we are going to. I want to hear your response so that because we are going to have a very, very interesting interaction now. So, do you know why I say you are confused?
No, I don't know.
All right. Now, you started by saying that that what we should be doing now is to look for how to solve this mess we are into. So before I address you, I want to ask you, what is the mess we are into? Can you tell us more about, just what do you mean by the mess we are into?
One of the mess that we are into in this country is unnecessary killings going on in various parts of the country. The government not managing our resources the way it should. There's no even distribution of wealth in the country and other things.
Okay, now can you tell us how do you intend to solve that? If you become a president of Nigeria today?
If I become a president of Nigeria today, already there are intels about the sponsors or the let me say the people that are involved in all these atrocities being committed. Like they are so head of all this. There are intels, they know them. Let me just
listen, please. Just tell us.
Okay.
Tell us, how do you, as a president of Nigeria, you just tell us now that are intels, that are sponsors and all that. So can you tell us, how do you intend to solve the problem of killings all over Nigeria? And then also, do you know the origin of this killing?
Well, the killing in Nigeria did not originate from one particular source. There are various reasons for different killings happening in the country.
No, tell me the origin of the killings in Nigeria.
I don't understand your question.
My question is a very plain English language. What is the origin of the killings in Nigeria?
People that are doing the killing, they have different. Okay, for example, look at in the north. There have been agenda of Islamization of the country. That
Do you believe there is agenda of Islamization in the north?
I strongly believe.
Okay, how will you solve that if you are a president?
See, as a president, already we have a constitution that is governing the country, And what I will do is I will make sure the cabinet I'm going to have are people that I can task, and I'm sure that they're going to deliver. And if you fail to deliver, there will be a sanction for you. You understand?
So you have a constitution.
Yes.
That is going to go against Islamization.
Yes.
So which of the constitution?
See, in this country, the constitution states the supremacy of the constitution. So there is no other law, and in the constitution there is an I think section 1 or 2 or 3. There is freedom of expression of freedom to religion. So far you're a Nigerian, you shouldn't be a second-class citizen or be a Christian.
Yeah. My brother, I am not asking you about Christian. You say that you are going to use a constitution. You say that there is one of the origin of the killings in Nigeria is from, for example, in the north, there is this issue of Islamization. And I ask you, how do you intend to stop that? You talk about constitution. And then, of course, let me explain before. So that let me put you to your track so that you will not fall out of the track again. So you say that there is a constitution, and then I ask you, how do you intend to solve it as a president of Nigeria? You say a constitution is supreme, and I want to tell you again. The second thing is that are you aware when you say the issue of Islamization? Are you aware that the 12 states in the north are officially practicing Sharia law, and the Sharia law is supreme in their state?
That is the sole problem.
So how will you solve it?
I'm going to abhor anything called Sharia law in Nigeria.
How? With what constitution? With which power?
You said with which power? Sir, I'm a person. There are things that
I mean, as a president, I am asking you now as a president of Nigeria. With which power will you?
Anything I say now can go anywhere. You understand? There are things I will have loved maybe.
No, you are even scared. So which means you can't talk freely as a person, as a Nigerian. You can't talk freely as a human being. So everything you are telling me now is fake. Because you are trying not to get into problem. So now, how do you now, as a president of Nigeria, solve the Sharia 12-state Sharia law? How do you remove the Sharia in Nigeria Constitution as a president?
At least before each state is being created, there is a part of the Constitution that states the creation of the state, and in the country as well, there is a part that states freedom of expression of religion. You understand? So if I become the president,
freedom of expression of religion. Freedom of expression of religion is different from the Sharia law. So I want to ask you, you talk about Sharia law. How do you remove Sharia law in Nigeria Constitution? As a president, with which power?
The state in which Sharia law is being practiced shall be stopped from doing such practice in the country. And
how will you do that?
The Constitution shall be regarded as what is being called veto.
Veto, which power, which constitution, which Nigeria Constitution gave you power to veto the Sharia law?
When we get to the British, of course.
No. You see, because I know this is the problem. I just told you now that I see somebody who is very confused, because and it is very, very good that you know Nigeria. You see, everything I have asked you, you didn't make any sense. I've asked you what is the origin of killing in Nigeria. You pointed one out. There is this issue of Sharia, of Islamization in the north, and of course you are able to identify that the reason of the killing and the origin of killing is because of the Islamization, and then that you are going to stop it. And I ask you, how do you stop it? Because you don't have that power as a president to veto the Sharia law. For you to remove Sharia law in Nigeria Constitution as a president, you need to have the consent of the entire Senate. And of course, it took these people years to put this Sharia law in Nigeria Constitution. And you can't just come overnight and say you want to remove it while you have the biggest number of the senators and the House of Representative members as a Muslims who want to be who want to have a Sharia state. So how do you do that? This is where the clash of titans. This is the problem, and this is the dangerous diversity. You from the South, you identify that the Sharia law is clashing, and this is just about the constitutional clash. Now you say, if you become a president, you can remove it. And I'm telling you now that you can't ask Lawan, who is a Senate president now, if you are a president of Nigeria now, you say, Lawan, I want to remove Sharia law in Nigeria Constitution. And Lawan will agree with you. Other senators from the northern Nigeria will agree with you. Meanwhile, they want to even convert Nigeria to Sharia law. So how do you do that? You have not answered me. And let me tell you, you can never have answer, because it is not possible. For you to do that, you need the vote of the National Assembly. Who controls the National Assembly? The Fulanis and the Muslims. I'm not talking about the killings now, no. I'm not talking about the killings. I'm talking about the constitutional matters now that you brought up. So you need to know Nigeria history very well before you can begin to support one Nigeria. So you are supporting one Nigeria because you are a personnel. One. Secondly, you are afraid. You are not even afraid. You are telling me now that the Constitution says right to express your opinion and all that, but you can't even express your opinion now. As you are talking, nobody even sees your face. Huh?
This is the kind of country we find ourselves.
So, and you want to continue to be in that kind of country you find yourself?
No.
You see, so if you see, that is why I want you, my brother, wait. I want you to talk. Listen. You know why I'm entertaining you like this? Because so people to know how people support Nigeria are confused. Because when you open your mouth, you will think that you are making sense, but when you listen to yourself again, you will find out that you are confused. Because you are not yourself. You can't talk freely, and then by the time people begin to picture where you have messed up, you will say, yes, the country is a mess up. But yet, you want to stay in it. Don't you know that you will be better off to stay in a Yoruba nation where you speak Yoruba language, where people of the like mind like you who want to abolish Sharia law can have a mutual understanding that this thing is not going to help us to build an innovative country. Don't you think that it would be better where you can have one single culture? Don't you know it would be better when everybody will be thinking how to build your military power, how to build your defense, that you don't need to be carrying AK-47 and running around the city every day? Don't you think it is better? Do you want to stay in a country where you are telling somebody that this Sharia law is clashing and the person wants to even take your own land and convert it to Sharia law? And we are only talking about the constitutional matters now. So now you have been able to identify that this is the problem we have in this country, yet you want it to continue. My brother, the best thing you can do to yourself is to support Oduduwa Nation. Because you see you now that you are a military man, you see that they are killing you people from the south every day in the north. I don't know which place you are, but those people that they are going to kill today, they are also talking like you. And the worst thing you can do in this life is to die for Nigeria. When you die for Nigeria is the worst death, because nobody remembers your wife if you are married. Nobody remembers your children.
Sir, please, one more thing, please. I just want to make it as a request, because the no election order in the Southeast. I'm foreseeing that thing happening that day. Do you know why I said this? Because definitely there are people that are going to go out to vote on that day, and definitely I know there will be countermeasures to enforce no election order.
Let me tell you, when we speak, Biafra listen.
You said what? Come again, please.
When we speak, Biafrans listen. So forget what you see now.
Okay,
until then, when we speak, Biafrans listen.
But you know, the ones that will not listen and that will eventually get killed on that day,
the one that will not listen, you will be the one to kill them, your people. And if they die, if they come out and you kill them to just prove a point, their blood will be on your head.
We don't kill innocent.
You don't kill innocent. You kill people. You kill people that are even sleeping in their village. In Imo State yesterday, just the last one, go to my Twitter page. You are going to see elderly people, elderly men lying in their pool or in their pool of blood.
They're not military men.
They are military men. It happens every day.
There have been records in this country whereby the Boko Haram terrorists in Baga, they wear military uniform.
My brother, we have videos of
people in military uniform committing atrocities.
Listen to me. I
stand to be corrected.
No. We know those people that those criminals that can go with the military uniform. We know when we see military operation, we know them. The people that went to the village and start shooting and killing people, they are military uniform. We have them on camera. You people are even recording it. When you are doing this, when you are committing this atrocity, you record it yourself. You record it yourself.
We can't be military men. I strongly disconcord with that, please. Can't be military.
We have the evidence. Don't worry, my brother. My brother, don't worry. We have the evidence of the military atrocities in our land. And let me tell you, very soon, anybody that comes to kill our people will die. Go and mark it. Very soon, anybody that enters our land to kill our women again will die. This is live and direct, and I'm not missing my word.
Just hold on.
So I want you to go and think again. You can't answer the question I posed to you. You don't know the history of Nigeria. You are only there shouting Nigeria, Nigeria. You know you are in problem. You can solve it. The only way to solve this problem is disintegration. The problem you see today, the killing today did not start yesterday. The killing started as far back as 18-something. 18-something.
But disintegration should not be the only solution to
it is the
problem
only listen to me. We are thinking of it is the only solution. Why you have in Europe today, Europe disintegrated along tribal line. And that is why some of you, if I come to you today and give you visa, you will sell your land and sell every property you have to come to Europe. You will abandon this military job. Do you know why? Because Europe divided along tribal line. And because when we want to save you people so that you cannot be thinking like animal, you want to die in Nigeria. And that is the reason why we have said we've taken away your right to think and make decision for yourself, because you are very unfit to make decision while you are in Nigeria. You can imagine somebody who is suffering. Did somebody know that there is a problem? Did somebody know that Fulani is coming with a Sharia law? He knows that he is in a mess, and then he say he want to stay in it. Don't you know that everything is not all right with you? When you have the opportunity, to live better, do you know that Yoruba, do you know that Oduduwa had an embassy in London before? Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I'm aware.
Do you know that Oduduwa had a passport before? Are you aware of that? Do you know that Oduduwa people were respected? Do you know the reason why you have majority of Yoruba people from Nigeria? Or in all Nigeria, only Oduduwa people are much in their numbers in London, in the United Kingdom. Do you know the reason?
No, tell me.
The reason is because of the civilization of Yorubas. During the time they have self-governance, they build that particular dignity. They built that particular phase, and they were given free access to travel to United Kingdom. That was the reason. Today, that road, Fulani have closed it. For you as a Yoruba man to get a British visa now, you are going to lie. You are going to present forged document from Oluwole in Lagos for you to be able to give in a 6-month visa as a Yoruba person. The Fulani Nigeria destroyed that particular dignity that you enjoyed. But those who travel to London then, they travel to London because of the thing Yoruba represented, not what they represent now. So why would you know all these things if you know, and you want to continue to be in a country that you will be Islamized very soon? I don't know whether you are a Muslim, but you can never tell. But even if I am a Muslim, they don't regard you as a real Muslim. You can, in a Yoruba Oduduwa nation, you can practice your faith. You can be a Muslim because your Muslim is a moderate Muslim. You are not. They don't regard you as one of them. They kill their own in the north, not to talk of you. The Sunni and Shia don't even have anything in common. They kill each other. So, my brother, I am telling you today, because if you have answered my question, address it very well, objectively, I have other things to ask you, because it is very difficult to come across one Nigeria these days. They are scared of us to engage us in the talk. So when we catch one like this, we are going to use it very well. So I want to use you more. Do you know there is something called 1989 Abuja Declaration?
I've heard something like that, but I don't know much about it.
You don't know much. Are you aware of it?
Yes, I'm aware.
Do you know about it?
Okay.
Do you know about it?
It's something about Islam, whatever. I'm not really sure.
So you don't know about. So you don't know about it. So you don't know about it.
Yeah, please educate me, please.
Huh?
Educate me, please. Educate me, please.
No, I want you to tell me that you don't know about it before I will educate you.
I don't know about it. I don't know about it.
You see, that is the problem. So you don't know anything about Nigeria. You don't know about Abuja Declaration. Abuja Declaration is a declaration that the Muslim, like all the Muslim, when we say Muslim, we are talking about only Fulani anyway, in the whole of Africa. They came to Abuja in 1989 and they gathered. And their agenda was that every state in Africa should make sure that Muslims take over the state and then take over strategic positions, and they have to, at the end of the day, they turn that country into Islamic State. Now, this agenda of the Abuja Declaration of 1989, Nigeria have already almost in completion stage. They have completed it almost. That is why today, in the military, you have the Muslim in charge, the Muslim in charge of the presidency, the Muslim in charge of the Senate, the Muslim in charge of the House of Representatives, the Muslim in charge of the custom, the Muslim in charge of immigration, Muslim in charge of Nigeria Army, Muslim in charge of Navy, Muslim in charge. So Muslim in charge of the judiciary, Muslim in charge of EFCC, Muslim in charge of DSS. Muslim. So all these things you see that Muslim, even in charge of the NNPC, is the implementation of Abuja Declaration. And you don't have the knowledge. So how can you make a right decision when you don't know much thing about Nigeria? You see one of the problems, because if you know what we know, you can't be even, you pick a gun and start shooting them. Because what we know too much. So you can we cannot know all these things. And even with the little you know, which you agree that you are in a mess, that you are in a mess, you still, but now I'm telling you things you don't know that is actually happening. So how do you handle that? That is the reason why you can never ever, as a president of Nigeria, do anything, because this country you see have been restructured. Now, please, this person, Basil, can you mute yourself, please?
Yeah, Basil, please unmute yourself, please.
No, we removed him already from the listing. So, my brother, that is the reason why when we are talking, we want one Nigerians to come, because when they come, they are going to show how foolish and confused they are. Because some of you supporting one Nigeria don't know anything about Nigeria. That is what is paining us. Now, do you know also what happened, the report of the Lord Lugard in 1902? Do you know anything about it?
No.
You don't know anything about it?
No.
Okay. Now, do you know that Fulani own Nigeria?
I don't want to believe that. I'm hearing it for the first time.
Okay, you are hearing it for the first time. And are you not lying to yourself if you say you are hearing it for the first time? Have you not heard it from the leaders, from the Fulani leaders?
That Fulani owns Nigeria.
Yes, that they own the land. Have you not heard in some of their threat of coming to kill your people in the south? Have you not heard them saying we own Nigeria?
Oh, those are just words. Those are just straight words. Like, don't necessarily mean they actually own the country.
Okay, so you believe that they are just making mouth?
Yes.
You see, because you do not know the history of Nigeria. Do you know a company called the Royal Niger Company?
Yes, that was the former Nigerian name. The Royal Niger Company, it was sold.
Okay, so Royal Niger Company was former Nigerian name, right?
Yes.
Okay, so do you know that Fulani were shareholders of this Royal Niger Company?
Yes, I'm aware.
You are aware?
Yes.
So if you are aware that they are shareholder of Royal Niger Company, do you know that Fulani were receiving subsidy from the Royal Niger Company?
Is it?
No. Then, at the time of the Royal Niger Company, now, are you aware that?
Yes, I'm aware.
You are aware that they were paying subsidy to them?
Yes, I'm aware.
Okay, and you are aware that the Royal Niger Company is the one that purchased Nigeria?
That's what I'm not sure. I'm not clear on it.
But you just told me now that Royal Niger Company is
yes, I know it's a state, but I don't know by who to who.
Yeah, but you know that it was the name of Nigeria. They bought Nigeria, right?
Yes, I know it was the former name of Nigeria.
Yeah, if it is the former name of Nigeria and the Fulani was being paid by subsidy by this particular Royal Niger company. And Fulani is coming today to tell you they own Nigeria. Do you think that they are right or they were wrong? Are you there? My brother left.
His network.
All right. No. We need one Nigerian so that we'll be, because this is the only thing I want to be doing now. Whenever I come to the space, it is not always talking to ourselves and all that. So that they are going to get and every other one Nigerian listening to us will receive some sense now, because none of them know anything about Nigeria. None of them have knowledge about Nigeria. When you ask them questions, they don't know. So the people that are supporting Nigeria are supporting Nigeria out of ignorance, complete ignorance. And that is why we are not going to let them to make decisions, because including Peter Obi knows nothing about Nigeria. That is why we challenge him, and the challenge is still open. Let him come here and tell us how he is going to rule Nigeria, and not how he is going to win election. We are not interested in, because if you listen to all of them, it's about how they are going to win. Nobody is telling you how Peter Obi is going to fix Nigeria. They are telling you how he's going to win. He's going to win. Let us go to PVC. Let us calculate this and calculate that. For that reason, he's going to win. Tell us, how is he going to fix Nigeria? Tell us how Atiku is going to fix Nigeria. Tell us how Tinubu is going to fix Nigeria. Until you come and tell us, there will be no election in Biafra land. And that day, Biafra people will listen to us. So over to you, co-host.
Thank you very much. Our brother just left. I would have loved to ask him some questions, because he spoke about sit at home in East. And he complained about the killings. I wanted to find out from him, as one Nigerian who supported Peter Obi. Was it any sit at home in Owo? And the Yoruba man who's supposed to be mourning what happened to them recently come on space and start arguing about sit at home in the East. Was it any sit at home down there in Benue State? Why is he concerned about sit at home in the East? Why Owo is in a hot cake? The Yoruba nation is fighting to leave Nigeria. He is not aware. Just because he hear about Obi, he jump out to space to come and defend in East that he does not even know history about. And he come to complain and say that the Easterners are the one killing themselves. Where did he get that fact from? Even the politicians know that the Nigerian army and the sponsored terrorists are the one committing mayhem. And the Yoruba man that was supposed to be mourning over 100 something people about a week or so ago are here on space defending, fighting for the East. I wish this guy is here to explain to himself where is he now fighting and when he's supposed to be mourning. Casey, please, can you mute yourself?
Good morning, dear friends. Good afternoon, lovers of freedom. Special greetings to you, Master Simeon Ekpa. The most pleasure speaking to you direct. Hello, am I heard?
Yes, we are hearing you. You're welcome.
Thank you. Please, I have a special song I want to sing. Please permit me to do that.
Go ahead.
Eguchukwu na-atụmo aka nyere anyị Nnamdi Kanu egwu ga-atụgbole m egwu gị na-atụmo egwu gị na-atụmo aka nyere anyị Simeon Ekpa Chukwu egwu ga-atụgbukwala m sọsọ egwu gị na-atụmo Chukwu egwu gị na-atụmo aka nyere anyị Simeon dadi m egwu ga-atụgbule m aka nyere anyị ụmụada Chukwu ga-atụgbukwala m sọsọ egwu gị na-atụmo egwu gị na-atụmo Chukwu ebugi na tumo. Ebugi na tumo. It's a great pleasure to speak to you, Simon Ekpa. I want to give you a special name today. And that name, aha na-akpọ ogewa wụ onye mara ikuku. Ikuku ama n'ọnya, ikuku ama n'ọnya, mana gị nwa wụ onye mara ikuku. Thank you for what you are doing. Keep it up. We are following, we are listening. I will never be afraid of Fulani because we are greater than them by the structure of God on the face of the earth. And they will never in any way take our land. We will conquer them. And we will give them a chance of their life on the face of the earth. Biafra shall stand. We don't care about the ignorant in our midst, the ignorant of so-called leaders, governors, whatever who they are all not representing us. But we know by the virtue of the doings of God, we will conquer, we will take over our land, and we will give freedom to freedom of every other indigenous people trapped under the terror of Fulani and British in our land. All hail Biafra. One love. Master Simeon Ekpa, continue the good work. Please keep on teaching us and educating us more. Thank you, Biafra. That is all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're still waiting for the P2P supporters. If you are here, please raise up your hand. And it's very interesting. The little time someone has with us here, let's make use of it. Don't go on Facebook and start shouting. If there's a question here concerning sit at home, concerning the 14 days lockdown, no election, whatever is it, don't hide under the pillow and start abusing Simon and say Simon is the one cutting through. Come here and pose your question. He's here to answer you. It's very clear and very understanding. When you are a man and you should be man enough and face your fellow men, start complaining. The Yoruba guy came here now, you can see his argument, and he doesn't hold water because he doesn't even know what he's saying. So I will urge you to please raise up your hand and you bring it to speak. Basil, Chuku, can you mute yourself, please? Then after that, you go with the mobility. Mobility stand by and start after Basil. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, dear friends. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Good evening, good morning, and according to your time zone, I greet you, Simon Ekpa. In short, I jealous your patience. I jealous your humility in explaining this thing. You are just handmade for this purpose. Because the way you handle this soldier, I was dazed. Because I expected you to be angry. Really. Please, what we are talking about, Biafra, is that the problem we are having here is that we have a lot of people not educated. People who are educated are supposed to continue learning in their life. But despite all these expositions you've done over years, I was with you quite early when you were looking for 500 people to start. I've been following you. This education and all these things, we still have people that are arguing like this. Maybe they were not listening to you in all that you have exposed. I admire your patience, and may God bless you. May God continue to give you wisdom to handle this matter this way you are handling. It's awesome. Thank you very much, and we thank God. Thank Mazen Nandekalo for even anointing you before he was incarcerated, before he was kidnapped. That was a spiritual statement that he made, but people didn't understand it. What I want to say here is that sit at home must be there. Continue emphasizing it. Try as far as possible to minimize explaining to these people. When he was talking, you will understand that he doesn't even understand what he was saying. And he was afraid. So emphasize it. And this thing you say, when there's a mega rally in Biafra land, that there must be sit at home. I want that to be continued, to be emphasized, so that we continue tightening it, spreading the gospel. It will be, people will understand it.
All these people calling me, stop calling me. You'll be blocked. All of you will be blocked.
By sack, really. But because God has prompted you, you are here, and we are. It is marvelous in our eyes. Thank you very much. I don't have much to say, but I want this. Let nothing dissuade this Biafran, this sit at home. 12 days, 2 weeks, whichever way, as regards the situation in the state. I'm in Biafra land, and we are here to make sure that it happens with our own connections and everything. We are evangelizing it now, so don't have any mind shaking, please. Try to cut these people that you know. You have explained all these things to him, to the soldier. I'm sure that he went home with nothing really. But the benefit is going to one Nigerians that are listening. I know that's why you continue. May God bless you, give you more wisdom to the glory of His holy name. And imagine now the canon must come out.
You say?
That's the thing. And I know that they are going, this thing that is happening, they are regretting even incarcerating him. Thank you. Thank you, Mother, because I was with you last night. It is awesome. They were great.
Yes.
And that these things has been changed. As people that are career agitator have been chased, let us hit the ground running. There's nothing that is stopping us. Don't have any shaky mind as regards what you are putting in place to make sure that we free ourselves from this janjaweed. Thank you, dear friends. Thank you, Simon. May God bless you. More oil on your head. More anointing on your head, more wisdom, more 1,000 men wisdom to you, to the glory of Chukwu Kagabiama. Thank you. That's the much I have.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes. Mobility, can I meet yourself, please? We really need more questions. Can we emphasize once more? We need people to ask questions. Someone is now here for a few thank you. God has blessed him. So we really want people to ask questions. We're here for a purpose. When you see him like this on space, we should make use of it. And throw that question that is bothering us, that which we argue in Facebook. He's here now. Let's bombard him with this question. Thank you. Go ahead, Mobility.
Shalom, Chineke. Am I coming out loud and clear?
Yes.
We are looking for one Nigeria list. Let's go ahead.
No. The problem is with one Nigerian is, anybody that try to claim to be a one Nigerian is, believe you me, in fact, I just draw one conclusion that the person is doing some kind of brain surgery, Maazi Simon Ekpa. Odogwu.
Ndewo.
Ano ekene.
Ndewo.
Odogwu Jagog. Maazi Namkano, he saw something in you, which also I saw in you, because I could remember I started following you since 2019. Then before at the onset, you were preaching about Nigeria, and I was looking at you with one eye, trying to. No go, Just I always ask people, how do you think Nigeria can be fixed? How? With the current Nigeria that the Fulani is in charge. How? The problem with this one Nigeria is they never ask questions. And that is the problem of Maazi Nnamdi Kanu. Maazi Nnamdi Kanu said the black people are most useless people on this planet Earth. He has never seen people so useless and so dumb. They take everything for granted. They see everything as a joke. I can remember I was talking with one Nigerianist, you know, he was trying to tell me that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is brainwashing everybody, you know, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a billionaire in any currency. You know, and the thing I learned from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and from you, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is patience. Because when you don't give when you don't give this patience, you know, you never know where they're coming from. You allow them to talk, at the end you see that they always end up contradicting themselves. And you always to kill them all by asking a question. Now, someone was telling me, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is brainwashing everybody. I said, okay, fine, I agree. Tell me what that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been saying that is brainwashed. What is that? He couldn't. And I said, okay, you know, his problem is that he made himself God and that kind of thing. I said, how? That he allowed people to worship. I said, this man always proclaimed that he doesn't worship any other God except Ezechukwu Abiyama, the supreme being. You know, I can remember when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also talked about that issue. People call him Lord. You got angry. How can I allow people to call him God? And the one that brought you with Janjaweed and said, now that you are Nigerian, you call him Lord, and you don't have a problem with that. Calling there's nothing. The last time I checked the color of white, you know, their color is never white. You call them Lord. You call him Lord. Just like the Dudua guy, I was just, in fact, I said, what a dumbest human being. You identify that this is the problem. You still insist that you believe in one Nigeria. How do you intend to solve the problem? They will never answer you. I'm in for no election in Biafra land. Because I've sat down and I've asked myself,
okay, this is not over the problem. King Solomon, stand by. Adekule, can you mute yourself, please?
Yeah. Sorry, please, for the interruption. I sat down and asked myself, how can there be how can there be a free and fair election in Nigeria in a system whereby the British themselves introduced rigging? They introduced rigging. How do you intend to achieve this? In fact, I want to raise my case here. Now, Simon Ekpa, keep it up. Because the first day I got information that Mazi Nnamdi was kidnapped, was abducted in Kenya. I didn't want to believe it, but I said no. Janjaweed can never joke with such a thing because they know what this man can do. He will demolish them. If they really want to joke with this. And at the end, it happens that, it was a reality. And I've always asked myself, how come? Nobody's talking how this man was betrayed. Because there can never be a betrayal without a trust. It was those that he trusted that betrayed him. And nobody's saying anything about it. Nobody's asking questions. I want to raise my case here. Now, Simon Ekpa, keep it up. Shalom.
Yeah, thank you very much. Can I speak now?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mazi Simon Ekpa. You've been doing a very wonderful job, and I like the way you handle the Nigerianese guy. It's even a shame that he's a Yoruba guy. and see all these people that goes around that doesn't know where they are coming from and doesn't even know where they are going. As a matter of fact, there are millions of them like that. Millions of them. Mrs. Hammond, I have been following you now for over the years. I think I have spoken on your program before, maybe once or twice. And, you know, where we find ourselves now, it even amazes me that anyone could be campaigning for an election. Say Peter Obi is next. Peter Obi is next. Even Tinubu is not the next. It's not. And do they ever sit down and think how history was removed from this educational curriculum they have in that country? Can any one of them just sit down and think that why is history removed? Because most of 30-year-old, 40-year-old now goes around without knowing anything about the history of Nigeria. They never know the history of who they are. They are just robots. That their heads are just filled with lies and propaganda. And the Fulanis are having their way. The Fulanis and the British are having their way. They use a Yoruba man, use an Igbo man, use an Efik man to destroy the history and destroy the educational quality of the Yoruba land. We are educated people. The Igbos, they catch up. The Hausas, they were far, far behind. And they didn't do anything better. But they destroyed our educational system. Look around. Just look around you. Where are we on the educational thing? The history is gone. Financial thing, zero. That is their own value. That is the Fulani value. They don't have, they are just there to come and take. They will do everything to take from you, even to kill you. When my dad was in the army, the high-ranking officers, most of them were the middle belters, the one that came to perpetrate that thing they did in 1966, 1967, which you people call Biafran War. I don't call it Biafran War. My dad never saw it as a Biafran War. It's a genocide. It's an attack. They attacked the Biafrans, which nobody ever sat down and really see anything wrong in it. They killed a lot of people. Even those ones that doesn't offend anyone. They kill them. And you think their souls are gonna rest? No, it's not. You can never build a country on an innocent blood. It's not. Even if you want to go spiritual now, you can never build a country. The country will never be better. It's not a cause. It's a thing that is going to happen. The middle persons are the senior officers with some Yoruba officers. They did that thing, they did that time. Obasanjo is among, Buhari is among, Abacha is among, Murtala is among. They did that thing in 1966, 1967. My dad was in the army. And look at it, look at the way the army is structured now. They have eased out most of those middle belters. They have eased them out. The Yoruba officers are nowhere to be found. The Igbo officers are nowhere to be found. If they do anything bad, they push the Yoruba man there to come and speak. Put the Igbo man, put the South, and they keep dividing each other. State by state. And they in fact, sometimes when you don't see people to break this thing down, you wouldn't know where they won't even know where they won't even know before they are dead. The last thing I told that guy that he said, the Yoruba guy that you handled very well, that he said when we get to that bridge, I said it here that you can never get to that bridge. You will have been killed before you get to that bridge. That's where I'm going to rest my case. I'm not a one Nigerianist. I believe in self-determination. I believe in everybody just respect each other. We don't need to come together. Just stay on your side. I stay on my side. We don't have anything in common. Why Why do we have to come together? Why? On what purpose? We've been together now over 60 years. Where are we? On the map of the world. Where are we? That's where I'm going to rest my case. Thank you, Mark Simon, Ekpa.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
by
very
the
much.
grace of God, they are going to. Nnamdi Kanu is going to survive this. He's going to survive it. He's going to survive because he has very powerful thing behind him. Because no human being can go through what he has went through and still be alive. He's going to survive it. He's going to come out. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Solomon, can you unmute yourself? And after you, then you have Mba and the Casimiro standby. Go ahead, Solomon. Solomon, are you with us? Not here. Mba, can you mute yourself, please? Okay. Solomon, I can see you unmute yourself and mute yourself again.
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Yeah. No, Simon Ekpa, I greet you. Good morning.
Greetings.
Yeah, for the great work you are doing. Yeah. You know, the dangerous diversity we are facing in Nigeria is much. I saw how you treated the army guy, but I thought you would have asked him. And he was saying that armies are not the one that are killing, that the bandits are using uniform. How many Fulanis or Boko Haram repentants are into the army? Or do you think that the activities of them being a Boko Haram change when they become an army people? Because they are still on the same mission to massacre. They wear the entire uniform to send them down to east to kill us without any question. From my own observation, and that is how it goes, and that is the activities. Coming to election of P2B, they are trying to defend P2B, that P2B will be a government president of this and that. That is dead on arrival dream. Because all those PDP, APC in the Southeast will never allow P2B to win their war. P2B don't have any agreement with all those politicians in our land. They will fight him. But the only thing the Britain want to use P2B to make sure that an Igbo man, a Southeasterner, contest. From what I'm seeing, I don't think P2B will get up to 20% of Southeast votes because PDP will never allow him, APC will never allow him. Even the Sana Anambra he's from, half Apuga presidential candidate. So how is he going to win? All these celebrities in the South, in Southwest, shouting this and that, are they going to withstand the mental toughness of all these Aburos on the day of election? If there's a gunshot in their polling units, are they going to stay there more than 10 minutes without going in their house? Yeah, that is the only thing they don't know. They don't know their war. They can, all those places they are. The Yorubas, the Tirimbu don't care to cause conflict. Rather, anywhere that Igbos will vote, they have the conflict there. They have polling units be cancelled. They don't know a lot of games ahead them. But the only thing they want to do us is to make sure that, yes, an Igbo man contests. If you protest, they will come after us. After all, your brother contests. Why you didn't you vote for him? Why can't you make your own brother the president? Is it now because someone else is the president, you want to stand against him? So by cutting of the election, no election in our land, 100 support of it. Because that will speak for us more.
That will speak volume.
I see some of the P2B campaign managers mocking at the IPOBs. They have forgotten about their leadership. Now they are here campaigning for P2B. What a shame. What a shame. Our leader is in jail, in DSS dungeon. He was being kidnapped. Nobody is talking about him. What we are talking about, P2B. Our P2B condemn how Mazen Nnamdi Kanu being our leader is being arrested or brought back to the Nigeria. No. He has never made any comment about it. The killing in Igbo land
in Southeast, in the whole Nigeria. He never condemned anyone, even the one happened in Agro, in his own town. He never said anything against it. Is it when he became the president that the Fulani will be his bodyguard, Fulani will be the army general? Fulani, what can he do? How do you want to change the Nigeria government? Something that Obasanjo did not change during his own regime. Good luck could not change it. How is Ogun State today? Obasanjo was the former president. Ogun State still remain poor. No road, bad road everywhere. All the companies that are there, despite the whole companies in Ogun State, they still have bad roads. Good luck, the same thing. What happens in Bayelsa? The same bad road everywhere. Is Peter going to perform miracle? It's impossible. The Britain want to use us because they know, yes, we need this. Rohanese have been shouting for Igbo presidency. Two of the Lion Party will have APC and PDP denied Igbo presidency, denied the tickets. Even Rocha Sokorocha of everything that have been preparating himself, doing all sorts of evils, couldn't get single votes. Ojus Okaro, they brought us from prison just to sabotage his people, just to make sure he speak to Mazen Nankan, just to make sure he betrayed the struggle. Withdraw. Are they not seeing it? They want to now use Peter Obi against us because they see, yes, people like him. Because of Peter Obi was the vice, we cancelled last one. Now let's put Peter Obi in the forefront so that people will still cancel and they will suffer for extra 4 years. We say no to it because PDP, APC will never allow Peter Obi to win any war, or even local government chairman will not allow Peter Obi to win their war. No councillor, all of them must like to deliver their word. So who is Labour Party? It's a scam. This 2023 election that is coming is a scam. Labour Party is only in Igbo land. South, they don't have it. Southwest, nobody there. North, now that one, no gray area. North is not even doing party. They are doing brothers. Yesterday, I saw in a video that the Senate President have joined PDP. They are teaming up. Power remains in the North. So Nigeria is never meant for us. So the better we speak the volume that, yes, we didn't participate in this election. And we no agree. Anything, if they come fight, we stand them, fight them. They can never give us our freedom like that. I do tell my friends, if they think that it's easy, let them look at Ukraine and Russia. If the UN would have rescued Ukraine, if the Africans are expecting UN to come and rescue us, let them look at Ukraine. It's a civilized country. They have been fighting. Now people have forgotten they are fighting, but they keep killing them every day. What are they doing? So it's better for us to stand up and face this fear once and for all. It's better for us to rise. I greet you, Master Simon Ekpa. I greet you.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Thank you. Yeah. Good.
Jaffa Market. Marcella. Disable comme ça. All right. Oui. Lava. Merci beaucoup.
Are you with us?
Au revoir.
Sorry about that. Elizabeth, can you unmute yourself? We have only 10 minutes to go, please. Can you make use of the time, please? Eliza. Eliza, awesome, though. Unmute yourself, please.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity to speak in this space. Mr. Mazi Simon Ekpa, you're doing a very great job. I knew from the day one when you started, and I told a friend that there's one guy I'm seeing something in him.
The guy told me, Mama, leave that guy. Nobody they like Simon Ekpa. I just laughed. I told him, don't worry. After 1 year or two, we will know how far. Today, the guy is following Simon Ekpa seriously, even more than me. I told him that one thing in life is once you are ordained for something like this, for this struggle, you will not shiver. Simon Ekpa, from my own ego eye, I know he has his own ego eye, but from my own ego eye, he's among those who have been ordained for this struggle. The hardcore that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talked about before he was kidnapped and the rendition to Nigeria. With regard to the because of this dangerous diversity, still, most of us still believe that something good will come out from this dangerous diversity. I don't want to say much. I want to encourage Mazi Simon Ekpa that the hurdle ahead of him is going to be a very daunting one matter. It's not going to be easy. Our prayers, our thoughts, our blessings is that may the good God, the creator of the heavens and earth, continue to strengthen him. He is not the internal battle that Mazi Simon Ekpa is fighting is even more than the external fight that is coming from the enemy's camp. That I can assure him. Our people have resorted to little sentiments, unnecessary and this thing, how would I put it? Things that are not worth it, just to ensure that this contraption continues. But I believe that they will be shocked, all of them at the end. All of them, from A to Z, will be shocked. There will be no election, not because we like it not to hold, but because a lot of lives are going down the drain every day. We cannot continue like this. We want to exit because we want to survive as a people. We don't want, when you have children, you have parents, you lose all this one just because of this kind of dangerous diversity. It's enough reason. Nobody should be talking about marginalization. Nobody should be talking about other things. We are not interested in the Biafran politicians that are participating in Nigerian politics. What me, personally, I'm interested in, if I can sleep and wake up and be sure that I can plan for 5 years and work out those plans. But in Nigeria, just to go out, you're not sure of coming back. That is the truth. A friend of mine, just the day before yesterday, he was attacked on his way around after 7, on his way back home. Seriously caught, his valuables, everything cutted on him. How can we continue like this? When a government cannot provide security, guarantee you at least normal life, we know that death can come, yes, different forms, but when the deaths that are coming to us are avoidable deaths, how can we continue like this? The government, the worst is that the government is not doing anything about it. Everybody is talking about 2023. No, now, P2B cannot assure anybody how he's going to take care of these terrorists in Nigerian army. P2B cannot convince me how he's going to stop the 1989 declaration in Abuja. P2B cannot assure me or convince me how he's going to stop this Islamic agenda that is on ground. So when P2B cannot assure me, he cannot even condemn common killings in Biafran land or in the southeast just because he wants to sound and look nice to outsiders, How am I going to be sure that P2B can defend me when he gets there? Now he'll be in charge of the Air Force, the police, the army, and all of that. How will he protect me? Now that he doesn't have even all those things, that he's behaving like this now, how are we sure that he's reliable to protect us when it matters most? Nothing. He cannot do anything. The North will not allow it. Now, for him to choose a fellow Christian, according to their narrative, shows that the country is already divided. So it's not his doing. I just believe that the country will divide today peacefully. But if it doesn't happen peacefully, then unfortunately, we have to expect the worst, because all the countries all of us want to run to now are countries that a lot of people died for those countries to remain very good, viable, economically and otherwise. So if we want this town to be very good, we have to be ready for the worst. 2 weeks, I heard Mazi Simon Ekpa talk about that it might be 3 days, 4 days. Please, Mazi Simon Ekpa, a lot of people claim to be very learned. They come to this program, they try to indict you. Oga, know that what you're saying is not yours. It is us that sent you. Don't be telling somebody it's 3 days or 2. I don't like it. 3 days is nothing. If there is war today, everybody will stay for 3 months inside. We want freedom. Freedom, 2 weeks is not enough for freedom to come. 2 weeks. It should be 2 weeks. The country need to be under lock and key for 2 good weeks. The training now cannot be in vain. Don't tell me that anybody will die of hunger. No. We'll start. Anybody that wants to travel during December should save the money for February. Save the money. Leave traveling money. Keep it to buy food. To buy food for 2 weeks, sit at home. Nobody should be telling me about traveling. Save that money for 2 weeks, sit at home. Oga Simon, please, don't allow this one Nigerian is there. Came here, they use your picture and the one of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and put here and be asking you nonsense questions. All of them are the people that want election to hold, because they've been assured of 1 million, some people 300,000, some people 30,000. That is all they care about. They don't care about the future, because the Nigerian economy, the Nigerian circumstance, Nigerian conditions have worsened their more. They cannot think properly again as human beings.
Yes.
They think like... Noted. Thank you very much. So please, Mazi Simon Ekpa, continue doing your work. Please don't cancel this seat at home. Don't reduce it. Instead of reducing it, add it. Please. Adding it is more important than reducing it. The effect is what we are looking at, not to how people feel here. A lot of people can come here with pictures, your own picture, and be telling you that they love you, you've been doing a great job. At the end, they will tell you their mind. Those are the one Nigerian. That is the way they come. They come in a very corny way, but at the end, they will still show who they are. Please, 2 weeks is 2 weeks or more. Please, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We have 3 minutes to go. Who will be the lucky one to use up these 3 minutes? What chief? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Good afternoon, everybody.
Please make the 2 minutes 2 minutes. Don't extend it. 2 minutes.
All right, thank you. Yeah, Mazi Simon, good afternoon.
Good afternoon from here.
It's an honor to speak with you today. And I just want to say thank you for your works, your job. It is not easy. And I pray that the same God that forced you to come out will always be there for you and never allow you to waver or shield.
Amen.
Until we get to our destination, which is Biafra restoration, total restoration. That's what our leader said. And no inch of our land will be taken away.
See.
What I want to say is, I want to ask the one Nigerianist that are so hell bent on P2B. I want to ask them, before P2B went to UK, is P2B trending the way he's trending today? When he went to UK, do you know what they told him there? that made him come back and jump from PDP to Labour Party? Did you know their discussion? If you say that you don't know that UK is governing, is the people in charge of Nigeria, then you are lying to yourself. And then the person you are supporting, that he will make magic, then everything will be better for you. Went to UK, and when he came back, all this noise started. The internet started holding series of water for P2B. I know that P2B is an economist. Yes, he can do economics, but the problem of Nigeria is not about scarcity. Problem of Nigeria is not about economics. The problem of Nigeria is fundamental. Let's say if it is a sane society where all this terrorism is not going to and fro, then we are talking about unnecessary expenses. Then we are talking about how to move the country forward. At that point, yeah, P2B will do better. He will do something. Yeah, probably. But in a situation whereby P2B will become the president, let's say he win, because we're not talking about if he will win or he will not win. But let's say he won the election and now he becomes the president. He will still work with that same constitution that subjected us to the same thing that we are today. He will still work with the same National Assembly, the same Senate, the same judiciary. Because there's no way he will become president and he will sack everybody that is in position today. It's not possible. It's not done. So if this is what he is going to face there, how is he only P2B that you know? I've never seen him where he's fighting with anybody. I've never seen him where he's bullied anybody or people are bullying him. Because all the thing I see is that he's making peace. How do you think that he will go there and challenge what is challenging you as a Nigerian? Because anybody that is talking about peace, if you love peace, you must be prepared for war. Peace doesn't come because you want peace or you don't want trouble. The person that does not want trouble, that is the person trouble follows always. But when you are ready for trouble, trouble will run away from you. Yes. Today, P2B is, we lifted P2B up like P2B is God that will change the whole situation. Just like this man said, Rita Bai. He said that yesterday, being 17th, that us will cancel strike. I'm still waiting to hear the news. We only believe in all these religion. Everything is not all about religion. Everything is not all about spirituality. There are places where you will have to use your common sense. Practical. In the Bible, for those of us that still believe in the Bible, when Jesus Christ was still in the world, Peter removed his sword and cut someone's ear. Jesus did not tell him to throw away the sword. What he said was, put that sword back. When the hour to use it is not yet.
Come, yes.
And then he takes the ear and fix it back. He has the power to fix the ear back. But that word that is coming, it is not word that you will go spiritual. Then let me take us again. During the time for Solomon, Solomon did not go to war.
1 minute, please.
All right. Solomon did not go to war, but David and the rest king of Israel in those days, the way they conquered the land for God, is it not that same God that they serve that we are serving today? Why is it that we are the one that is being conquered today? Why is it that our own Christianity today is all about pray and fast? Why is now we are Christians, but everything is turning against us because we just believe in if demon face you, you use Bible, you pray, you speak in tongue, everything will be over. That is our problem. So this question that I asked about Obi, I still, because I tweeted it, but I didn't see anybody giving me a response to it. I'm still waiting for answers. Because you cannot be supporting Peter Obi, whereas there are just simple questions. You can't even answer it. You guys should stop taking us backward. Now, Simon, thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
believe very soon our leader will be here.
You say? Thank you very much. All right, I think we are rounding up. Co-host, let us have one more person and we close. Because I know our fundraising is coming up this evening and I need to rest for that.
Yes. I have requested for those who have P2B supporters to speak, but they declined. They just do the listening, and they are not here to speak. They are here to listen. But when you go to their space, there are all kinds of arguments, praise and singing of Peter, and let it be clear: Peter as a person, the efforts are not against him, but the system that Peter is engaging himself to create in case he becomes the president of the country is what we are talking about. And it's a clear message that my Simon have invited Peter and the Okwe guy. They should come and explain to the Biafrans. If they're feeling too big, that is their game to love, because you cannot ruin people. And let it be clear here, from my own understanding, Peter Obi is contesting to be Nigeria president, not Biafra president. And when Biafra said there will be no election in their land, I don't see offense there. He can contest and win in Nigeria. Those who, the Nigeria state is clear. During 67 to 1970, we know the map of Biafra. And if the Biafra map has said there will be no election in this particular territory, Peter should not have offense. His supporters should not have an offense to that. He can go and campaign in Sokoto. He can go to campaign. If we do the one we call tomorrow and say, no, there will be no election in our land, then they can do the election in Sokoto and Kano and the rest of them. Then he win there. He ruled that place. So what is so special when we're talking people state come to a different, Peter is our own. We have never rejected him. There's nobody who takes his citizenship as a Biafra. But what we are saying is that he has not shown any interest. Our leader is in frustration. And he's not doing anything about it. And there's nothing, we cannot accept those who doesn't want to help themselves. That's what the Bible says. So in this regard, we'll leave it here. Chukwu Emeka, I don't think your network is okay. You should have been the last person, but your network is not. I've tried to accept you, but it seems like your network. Chukwu Emeka, are you here? You be the last person, please. Before Simon give us his closing. Adeleke, you did the lucky one. Go ahead, please. Adekunle, sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Thank you. This will be my second time now. Sorry about
yes.
that one. Yeah. That one just missed.
Just wait 1 minute, please.
Okay. Yeah. You know why they will not come out? Why Nigerians? Why Peter Obi supporters will not come out? Because everyone is out there to make money. They are going out to make money. No one of them goes out on principle. That is why you can't defend the indefensible. They can't defend. You know why Peter Obi is there. They know he's there just to legitimize that election. They know why they can't defend it. They can't. So instead of them looking stupid, they not come and defend it. You know, and you know Nigerians are just full of ego. Once you rubbish their idea, their ego comes in, then they put up a fight with you, then they get annoyed with you, then they start to wish you bad. That is, there is no two ways to it. You can't defend what is indefensible. You won't see them coming onto a place like this to come and debate. What idea do you have? How will Peter Obi win in Maduguri? How will Peter Obi win? Even in Anambra, where he is the governor. How will he win? How will he win? They know Peter Obi is there just to legitimize it. And the British are behind all this. They are behind it. British is in control of Nigeria by proxy through the caliphate. You don't know the way the caliphate are running the country. A lot of them doesn't know. A lot of them doesn't know. And everything goes there. Everything. Your future is decided there. In that Sokoto, whatever they call it. It's there. A lot of them doesn't know. So don't expect them to come out. Everybody is out there to make money. They are out there. Once they cannot go into PDP, they can't go into APC. Then Peter Obi is out there. They're okay, Peter Obi bring money. Let's spend. And the British are there to give money, just to legitimize it, just to rubbish whatever you are doing. And to the glory of God, God will shame every one of them. I know when the time comes, He's going to shame them. Even the Yoruba people that are running around now to follow Tinubu, they are out there to make money. It's not about anything. It's not going to change anything. They are out there and they know that this is the way these people think. Just give them money and then they will tell their mom. Give Nigerian money, they will sell their father and their mother. Thank you very much and have a pleasant weekend.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Before Simon comes in, I can see clearly that there are those who are afraid and saying if P2B did not win, that the Biafrans will start agitating, and the people who will say British and European or Fulanese or co will say because our brother did not win. Let it be clear that we did not start to agitate yesterday. P2B is like if you have 3 children in your house, and the first one did not work, and second one started working, that will be surprise. And everybody will be asking questions. So Biafra is even older than P2B himself. So, and if P2B did not win and we intensify, we have been intensifying all this while. So I don't think there is any sign that shows, oh, no, the 2023 is just like putting in a different gear, which you have been putting. The only thing different that I believe, maybe some people will join those who will be disappointed, which is a welcome development if Biafra is not already by then. So those who are saying if we are, that you shouldn't be worried about what will happen because they have been doing it even before most of us here are born. So don't say what they sending the narrative because they capitalize it and they are listening. That if P2B did not win, the Biafras they will come and say, oh, this is why. The only thing that some people will join. We are still waiting for Hanese. So many of them, look at Lawa. Lawa who went to president and lost, and now went back to go and collect the senatorial ticket. And bullying the guy who win primary. Is it the country you are about to? You look at other states. You look at the woman, I think a whole sitting governor, the wife went to contest senatorial seat in Imo State. He came up in a video, everybody saw it, when he was crying that the whole Uzodinma refused them to do election. It was this consensus. They selected somebody who did not know. Some people travel from abroad, which we know them, just want to use money buy ticket and fly back home, waiting for the election time to come back. So in anything that tomorrow people rise up to judge Biafra and the gear went to the highest speed, don't say because P2B did not, because we are not fighting for P2B, we are fighting for the Biafra nation. Thank you very much, my Simon. Please give us a closing remark and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Machineke, for that remark. I think there is no point for any remark. The only thing we want to make is that this sit at home for 2 weeks during the election is here. And of course, like I said, we are going to be reviewing the situation on ground. So it has not changed. And those who would think that this is a usual thing that you will say no election and election will take place, we will disappoint you this time around. And then also on the 22nd, on the 28th, 27, 28 remain the new sit at home for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be in court on the 28th. So we are sitting at home on the 27th. Let me check very well to know, because I think we have announced this thing actually. Yes, on the 27th and the 28th remain locked down in Biafra land. And this lockdown you people are seeing is something that, we are preparing for a bigger thing ahead. We are preparing for a bigger thing ahead. So we are, programming our people for what is to come. And I'm very happy that for the past 1 year, Our people have been sitting at home for almost 1 year now, every Monday, and then plus other additional sit at home that has come. And we are getting used to it. And because it is the price we are going to pay for this freedom. So the no election in Biafra land, and then also the mega rally. Any day, any political party will have a mega rally in Biafra land, will be a sit at home. So, and of course, it is also, we charge all Biafrans to make sure that information is available about this mega rally. Anytime there is a mega rally, the information must be released to us as soon as possible so that, we will put a necessary preparation to make sure that is sit at home. Any day there is political mega rally. Not all this small campaign, but the mega rally of any political party in Southeast and then in South-South, comprising about Biafra land. We are going to have a sit at home any day we know that they're having a mega rally. So this information is I'm passing, and of course I'm calling on all Biafrans and the lovers of freedom and those who understand what we are going through in Nigeria to join our fundraising, our mega fundraising today, coming up this evening, 7 p.m. Biafra time. Don't miss it. It's going to be a mega fundraising, and probably we're going to have this fundraising for a very long time today. We don't know when it ends. So I have to go and get some rest to wait for this fundraising. Remember to see you there. Thank you very much. And may God bless all of you. May God bless you as you continue to support Biafra freedom, as you continue to make sure that Nigeria do not deceive you again. From here, from me, it is good afternoon.